Good morning, everyone. This is what you should have gone over on Monday when I was not there. But just in case, I'm going to go over with you because um, I want you to write a for and against essay, and I want you to have all the information. Okay. Well, this is your model. Okay. And I suppose that you have answered these questions that will give you the basic structure of the essay. I'm going to show you all the answers, okay, just in case. But paragraph introduce the topic and outline points of view. It's obviously paragraph A. Discuss the arguments for the topic. It's paragraph B. Discuss the arguments against the topic is paragraph C, and provide a conclusion and state personal opinion is paragraph D. So this is the basic structure of the for and against essay that you're going to write, okay, when we finish this. All right. Okay, so the next thing we have is expressions, different expressions for different things, okay, with different aims. Okay, let's have a look at this. Okay, so I'm going to show you the answers one by one. Okay, you have to decide which expressions um, do what or mean what. Okay, they argue that is an expression to give other people's opinions. It's certainly true that it's an expression to give facts. Okay, we will have a look at that in a minute. It's not clear that it's an expression giving the writer's opinions. All right. There are good reasons for it is an expression giving facts again. Many people believe that is expression giving other people's opinions again. I agree that it's to express your own opinion, the writer's opinion. I don't think that again is the writer's opinion. I do believe that is again the writer's opinion. So that gives you also an outline of the structure of the essay, right? So in the first paragraph, you don't give your opinion. You talk about what other people say. You present both sides of the issue, all right? Then you have to give facts to support your ideas, as we will see in a minute. And then in the last paragraph, again, uh, you have to give your own opinion. All right. Okay. So let's move on to the next one now. Right. So if of these sentences here, which ones support the title and which ones don't support the title? So let's have a quick look. Okay. This is the topic. First aid should be a compulsory school subject. So let's have a look at which ones support the title and which ones don't support. I really believe that a basic knowledge of first aid is important. That supports the issue, the title. In my opinion, school is not the place to learn about first aid. It doesn't support the title, so it will be against. Okay. Some people think that school children have a very heavy workload. Doesn't support the title. Others feel the students have time to learn first aid techniques. Yes. Schools don't have trained staff, which means first aid can be taught in lessons. That is no. Okay, so you have two arguments that support the title, three that don't support the title. Okay, let's move on then. Okay, now this will be very important. You will see this in the rubric. There are certain expressions that you can use for different things. Okay, these are only just a few, and let's have a look. Okay, so to give a conclusion, which one can it be? Obviously, to sum up, to introduce the arguments against the topic. Let's see. I don't want to make a mistake. To say there are different views on the topic, let's examine both sides of the issue. It's not that I don't know, it's just that I'm looking at various things at the same time. To introduce the arguments for the topic on the one hand, the arguments against the topic on the other hand, and to give a conclusion to sum up. Okay. The thing is that sometimes you can put the against first, so you would start on the one hand, and sometimes you put the for first, so you would start on the one hand. Okay, right. This is interesting too, and this will be part of the rubric as well. The writer uses different techniques to interest the reader. Find examples of. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to include this in your essay as well. Okay, so sorry, let's have another look. Um, the techniques are quoting an organization or an expert, asking the reader a rhetorical question, involving the reader by using words like let's, us, you. Okay, so let's see examples of all of them in the sample text. So the British Red Cross recently, whatever, that's obviously quoting an organization or an expert. They argue that is quoting an organization or an expert again. Let's examine is involving the reader by using words like let's or us or you. All right. Furthermore, many of us will become parents in later life. Okay. Furthermore, many of us will is involving the reader again. Okay. Knowing first aid will help us in that role. That is involving the reader again by using, in this case, uh, us. Okay. On the other hand, do you feel that children and young people should be given the responsibility? It's asking the reader a rhetorical question. So all these three techniques, okay, help you support and basically interest the reader. Okay, if it's an organization that is saying that or an expert, okay, people may say, oh, this is interesting because an expert or an organization said that. Okay, if you ask a direct question, you're making your reader think. And involve, if you say you or let's, you are involving the reader in what you're saying, and you will make them think again. Right. Okay, the next aspect is the connectors as usual. Okay, so in this case we have two types of connectors: addition or contrast. Okay, addition to add arguments to add one or two sorry, to add arguments to what you are saying, right? It's not just one argument. If you want to add another one, then you will use addition connectors. Okay, and contrast, because you have something for and something against, an advantage and a disadvantage, and you need to contrast. Okay, so we've got this whole list of connectors here. um, Easy to decide which ones are addition, which ones are contrast. So let's start. um, I should give you time to think, but if not, the video would be very, very long. Okay, so what's more is addition. In addition, also, and then despite is contrast, and in spite of, however, to, but, as well, nevertheless, furthermore, and although. Okay, this is what it looks like. Okay, I would like to tell you a little bit about despite or in spite of. Okay, in Spanish we say a pesar de que estaba cansado, jugué el partido. A pesar de que. In English, we don't say despite that I was tired. We have different options, but it's despite or in spite of the fact that I was tired, I played the match. Okay, or despite being tired, I played the match. So ing. Okay, these two options are the most common ones: despite doing this, or despite the fact that, or in spite of the same thing. Right? Okay, so let's have a look at these sentences with the examples. Okay. Okay, so you should have time to read, but I'm going to give you the answers. Well, since you had to do this on Monday, then I suppose that the only thing you have to do is just check. Okay. Although the recommended age for cosmetic surgery is 18, many younger teens decide to have operations. Some teens are unhappy with their bodies and want to change them. Surgeons advise waiting until they are adults. So that is, however. Um, the risks involved in cosmetic surgery. Some teens believe that changing their bodies will benefit them emotionally. All right, so in spite of the risks. Okay, I forgot this one when I explained in spite of, despite. You can have a noun or a noun phrase as well. Okay, so in the example that I gave you before, despite my tiredness, I played the match. All right. Okay. The most common procedures are eyelid operations, node reductions, and laser hair removal. Botox injections and liposuction are popular. All right, so let's have a look. But Botox injections and liposuction are popular as well. Doctors should assess teenage patients carefully, advise them of the risks of surgery. They should be realistic about the results. Okay, so doctors should assess teenage patients carefully and advise them of the risks of surgery. They should also be realistic about the results. So as you can see, they are adding facts or arguments. Okay. And the last one, doctors should explain that some people regret their operations, wanted to have surgery. So what's more, doctors should explain that some people regret their operations despite wanting to have surgery. All right. So you've got contrast, you've got addition there. All right. Okay. So now comes the time to write. Okay. I will show you in a minute in the virtual classroom. This is one of the topics that you can discuss, but there are others. Okay. Right. So what do you have to do? What is the process that you're going to follow? Um, what I would do is I would take a piece of paper and a pen and write a list of arguments for and against. Okay, as many as you can think of, and then once you've written them all, decide which ones you're going to use in your essay. All right. Okay. Structure again. Um, Paragraph A. Introduce the topic and outline both points of view. This is the introduction. Okay. Um, no opinion here, just outline both points of view. All right, know what you think, but what other people say, and you've got to discuss two sides. Paragraph B, discuss the arguments for the topic. Paragraph C, discuss the arguments against the topic. Okay, so reasons for and reasons against. Right, sometimes it can be advantages and disadvantages. Okay, one paragraph per um, for each of them. Okay, and in paragraph D, provide a conclusion and state your personal opinion. Here, you can um, you can give your opinion, right? If you go to the rubric, it's a little bit more. I've specified a little bit more. Okay. Remember to increase interest. Try to interest the reader in your essay. Use quotes, rhetorical questions, and words like "us," "you" to involve them in the topic. All right. Okay. So I'm going to show you what you have in the virtual classroom. Okay, I've opened this section here, work to do during coronavirus quarantine. So for today, you have to watch this video. If you haven't finished the section in the book, you have to finish that. And here is a link to another example of a for and against essay from the British Council, which I think can be useful. And the good thing is that they have highlighted the expressions that you can use. All right, you can do exercises here, check your understanding, um, check your writing, type in link in words. Okay, oops, sorry. All right, so you can do exercises there that are interactive, so you have information there. All right, and you have a worksheet here that you can download if you want. Okay, so that'll be for today, and then for Friday, your task is to write a for and against essay. Please use a Word document or similar. All right, and then submit it. Okay, you have until 2:15 tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, which would be our class. Okay, you have the rubric here, as I said before, and well, everything is specified there. Okay, introduction, your body has two parts because you have for and against. Your conclusion with the summary of the for and against, a summary of advantages or disadvantages, and then your personal opinion. Techniques to interest the reader, connectors, grammar, vocabulary, spelling, punctuation, and presentation as usual. All right. Okay. So this is what you will have to do the first 2 days that we are in quarantine. All right. Okay. Bye.